Hey, welcome to this week's GMBN Show. What we got?
Commencal released the Meta 29, a new prototype.
Cotic have another Rocket Max, another one. How many have they had? Loads.
And Dave Harvey's brought out some new suspension.
And we've just hit 400,000 subscribers.
Yay! Congratulations! Happy birthday, GMBNtech!
We've just hit 400,000 subscribers. That's 400,000 of you that subscribe to this channel. How insane is that?
It is totally insane.
I'm amazed.
I don't know. Why do you want to watch us? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Come on. Why would you not want to watch this? But seriously, thank you so much to everyone that subscribes and supports the channel. We honestly wouldn't be here without you. So we like to think we make some videos you like, and actually looking back at some of them, I can't believe some of the views you've had. So that locking the bike video I made where I nicked my own bike, 2.1 million views. 2.1 million views on just a video about bike locks. What the hell? And then 7 ways you're destroying your bike, 1.2 million views. I think I need to make another one of those. And 12 maintenance mistakes, 1.1 million views.
Hey, it's all about that thumbnail.
It's quite a good one. And that was Neil's bike, and I genuinely did spray all that lube all over his rear disc rotor. I wasn't even sorry.
Did he?
You can hear him riding home when he used the brakes. But there's been some amazing stuff over the last 4 years. I mean, it doesn't even feel like 4 years. It's crazy even thinking back.
Was it only 4 years? I thought it was a bit longer than that, and I've only been here just
Well,
over
I've been here
4
4.5 years, and it's 4 years or so the channel. Yeah, so pretty much 100k a year, which is pretty good growth rate, I think.
Do we get to like look back on some misty memories now? Like
yeah,
the camera
like
goes all wavy,
rose tinted goggles,
and then we get to see you crash on that berm again.
Okay, yeah. Here's the crash. This wasn't on GMBN though. You just wanted to see me crash again. All right. So just a few highlights from the last few years actually. So the first one was the homemade carbon bike that Dave Harvey made. I don't know if anyone remembers that video, but here's a clip of it on screen. Remember this because he's in news a little bit later in today's video. But that was cool, just thinking that someone made that themselves at home.
I can't believe the finish on it, it's beautiful.
I also can't believe how tall he is. He says he's 6'5". Liar, you're not 6'5", mate. I'm 6'3", and you made me look like you.
Well, you were looking up at him.
I know, he's massive. He's got to be 7 foot tall, I reckon.
Absolutely.
The gravel monster, a bit of good fun that was, and the video's gone down really well, so we're going to be doing some more stuff with that. World's fastest enduro bikes. Now that actually on a nerdy level was a real pleasure for me to make. So I got to work with Richie Rude, with Jesse Melamed and Noga Karem, basically talking about the fine details of their bikes. And it seems a lot of viewers loved that video as well. So
I loved that video.
Went down really well. And it was great. The result, they were completely candid. They told us everything about the bike specs. And it was good.
They were super honest, and I found that fascinating, especially as Noga's the same height as me. She's
Yeah.
tiny, so I wanted to know, was she running?
Her details, yeah. She was awesome to film with, although she loved swearing, I've got to say. Had to bleep a fair bit of that, yeah. She's got a bit of a potty mouth with her. She's ace. So yeah, well, we'll hook up with her again at some of the EWS races, which I think you're going to the first one, aren't you, up in Scotland?
Yes, it's next week, isn't it?
Awesome.
So we're going next week, and well, we're going to talk about the Commencal prototype soon. We'll try and hunt that down. There's a couple of other prototypes, so watch at the weekend when the racing is on. We're going to be putting out one video on the Saturday and one on the Sunday. Trying to hunt down tech, basically.
Yep, and there's going to be loads of cool new tech there. We'll get to that in news. Just a few other little links. Well, in fact, the first mountain bike in Europe, I've got to put that one in because we've got it here. And the fact that I managed to interview Gary Fisher and he actually said, well, that's the bike I built myself in 1975 and we got it here. That's kind of where it all started. So that's pretty cool. If you've not seen it, give it a watch. And the Atherton bikes, just on new tech, I don't think I've been to a single place and been that like gobsmacked by the amount of work that goes into making those frames. If I was considering buying a bike and I had money in my pocket, I'd buy one. I think they're outstanding for the money, I really do. Yeah. And more recently, this one joined us as well, so we can't not mention Anna's video because you brighten the place up. Otherwise it's just me and Josh the cameraman. And he's on his phone because he can't be bothered to film us at the moment. Oh, he's reading the script. I get it.
Yeah. Between Instagram posts.
But it's all good. But honestly, thank you to everyone for supporting the channel. Let us know what you want to see us to make. Let us all that stuff, and what you want to see Anna make as well. So you know, me, her, us,
both.
All of that.
Yeah.
Let us know down there. Thanks again.
So Commencal have dropped a new prototype of the Meta 29. Check this out, they're calling it the catchy P0003.1.
How did they think of that amazing name?
I have no idea. But yeah, they haven't said much about it, only that this is going to be ridden by the Commencal Enduro project, which is not the same as their factory EWS team. It's basically a separate team that is only going to be testing this bike effectively.
Working prototypes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. And if you look at this and compare it to the old, the current, Meta 29, we can see that suspension is a little bit different, isn't it? We've got some pivots in front of the seat tube by the looks of it. So what are you saying about this? I'm seeing previously we didn't have these two dual swing
short links. I mean, firstly, it's a prototype, alloy raw prototypes. There's just something about them that's just really cool. Commencal make great looking bikes anyway. So it looks, I mean, it's kind of tucked away underneath like the sort of the rear end, which is a single piece. But there's two short linkages. There's one down by the bottom bracket that looks like it rotates upwards, and then you've got like the swing link that rotates forwards for the shock. So on a lot of dual link bikes, you get opposing links and sort of the other ones. So you get the VPPs that they work in opposite directions. You've got the one that goes up at the bottom bracket and the one that goes the opposite direction driving the shock. And then you get the other style like DW links that go in the same direction. This is kind of like that. So you might be able to assume that it's going to have some sort of traits that DW link bikes have, but they tend to have a fair bit of anti-squat, quite a lot in common with, in ride terms, with a single pivot more than a linkage, but who knows?
Well,
you need to go and find this out.
I do. It looks like they've effectively isolated the sort of the chainstay, so that won't move out as much, and so yeah, it should be more stable under pedalling, no?
In theory, you can't really say without until we go and see the bike, to be honest. They've not told us anything. They've just gone, hey, here, have some pictures of our new prototype bike, and no information about it whatsoever.
Absolutely zero information.
But yeah, I mean, it shares, the rear end on it, you're looking at it could be like the Maestro system that Giant used, DW Link, the same sort of style systems, different to VPP. VPP, you kind of hold it down at the sag point using the chain tension. DW Link's a bit opposite to that, I guess. Interesting stuff, I think. More prototypes as well. So Vittoria, we reported from EWS last year that the team had some regular looking Mazda tyres, but they were made from different rubber and they were insanely soft. Now there's these ones, you can see on screen here, that Vittoria have actually posted themselves, the prototype tyres. Now, the thing I'm finding interesting about this is they're not on enduro bikes. They don't currently make any downhill tyres, and these are all on downhill bikes. And if in case you hadn't noticed, the Vittoria tyres logo is everywhere at the moment. It's at EWS races, XC short course, XCO and downhill racing. You look everywhere. They are really piling money in. So I'm expecting to see some really soft compound aggressive downhill tyres coming from Vittoria. Now, I haven't heard this from them. I'm just speculating on what they're sharing here. Now, I reckon they're still going to be using the graphene in the tyres, which is put in at a molecular level. So it increases wear resistance and use on wet weather, terrain like wet rock and route and stuff like that. And of course to aid cut resistance basically. So I think it's interesting stuff. And I'm going to touch in with, that's a bit weird, isn't it? I'm going to dial in the call and touch base with Ken from Vittoria Tyres to find out a bit more about this. So I'll come back to you as soon as I have some more information on them. But something good coming from them soon, I reckon. Yeah,
well, the sponsor and name is all over EWS at the moment, so I wonder if I can spot some next week.
You will, yeah. Give them a little feel.
Yeah,
give them a little feel. You'll know when you feel them. They're like chewing gum. It's insane. The ones I felt last year.
Sounds like my sort of tyre, that does. Meanwhile, back in the city, POC have released some city/commuter wear. At the heart of their collection is this motion jacket, which is, well, the motion rain jacket, which is basically a PFAS-free DWR treatment, so it's water repellent. It has a helmet-compatible hood, a hidden reflectivity. It comes in men's and women's fit. And you can basically pair it up with the motion rain pants, some windproof jackets, some casual shorts. And
pub clothes, basically.
Yeah, casual looking tees with a sort of a mix of recycled cotton and recycled polyester. So yeah, it's just looking real good, to be honest, looking pretty casual. I know.
Doesn't scream cyclist, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Looks just like good tech, normal clothing. There's a lot to be said for that.
So I think I could see a lot of mountain bikers sort of commuting in that in London and then going out for a mountain bike ride afterwards.
Or via the pub on the way home. Yeah. I'm not looking like a cyclist.
Yeah, and they've got 2 new helmets out as well by the looks of it too. One that is more skate inspired and one that's just got more of a casual roadie vibe.
All good stuff from POC, I think. Given it's not mountain bike range, I mean, there's cool looking stuff. Nice. So in the topic, when we're talking about our 400k amazing subscribers we got, I referenced that bike that Dave Harvey built. So this is the bike on screen. Now it seems that he's back at the drawing board and he's designing this. So of course you can't assume that the bike's going to look anything like this. He might just be doing a pivot configuration, which is obviously where things start before you build the frame around it. But it looks like he's doing a completely different platform. So previously it was a high pivot with a really forward part of the pivot with the idler wheel there, as you can see in this older picture again. But this one is totally different. It looks like a 4-bar system. So using the 4-bar suspension design, you can tell that because it's got the linkage between the rear wheel axle and the main pivot. But look at the main pivot, it's still quite high. So he's sticking with the high pivot thing. He seems fairly sold on that. I'm going to check in with Dave and find out what's going on and where his thoughts are now, because that video went down really well, and I haven't found out where Dave has been, what he's been up to since. But really cool stuff that, you know, someone out there is just designing rad bikes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's cool.
Also in the UK, Cy of Cotic fame, Cy Turner's been revamping the Cotic Rocket Max, the much loved 160mm steel Enduro trail bike.
Is that what you had?
I had the flare, I had the 125 rear and the 130 or 140 front.
Magic numbers, those.
Yeah, so they've revamped the bigger bike. I was always fascinated to see what that would be like, but it's almost too big a bike. But they've basically extended the size range a little bit. They used to have 4 sizes from small to extra large, and now they've gone up to 5 different sizes, and they're categorizing it as C1 up to C5.
Oh, there we go. Everyone's doing numbers now.
They're doing
we could have C,
thing.
or we'll have R, or we'll have S.
So it basically means that they've now got an XXL in effect.
Nice.
If we assume that the C1 is a small. So
520. That is a long bike.
Right, you just clocked the reach. So the head angle remains the same at 63.5 degrees.
Wow.
The seat angle is now adjusted according to rider height, where it was set before. So it's between 75 and 76, depending on your fork length and your rear wheel choice. In that means it is a 29er bike, but they do build it up as a mullet. But they use angle sets to adjust that, so it's not exactly the same geometry.
Okay.
And yeah, the reach for a small would be 444. The classic C2, which would be about a medium, is 462. So it is a big bike, because that's usually about 450, 455. So it's already big. And yet they're adding the XXL on the end.
Like it.
520mm.
Sounds like a bike that could come with an air grab, doesn't it?
So frames come in 2 colours, and they all start at £2,099 in the UK, or $2,270 in US dollars, $2,070 in euros, and that comes with a RockShox Select Plus shock with it, or you can get a full build from $3,999 British pounds.
Not bad stuff. They're busy, aren't they?
They
So it's
are
always
busy.
churning out and redeveloping stuff.
Yeah.
Doing a lot of stuff. Now, to throw a big out to is the crew at Technar, who I'd never heard of before until I saw that bonkers looking Yeti out at Seos Classic. Now, it turns out they make loads of cool paint jobs for bikes. Well, they paint loads of cool paint jobs. Look at this one. I just saw this online and I just thought it looks insane. It almost looks like a plug-in neon. The effect on that is unreal. So anyone else know of any other really cool people that make really good paintwork for bikes we need to know about? Bearing in mind that we know about Fat Creations, Made Rad by Tony, and of course Technar. Give us some love down there. Maybe we'll try and do something on cool paintwork on bikes, because it's definitely a massive on vogue thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't stop following Bella Feet.
Oh, nice.
She does mainly road bikes a lot of the time, but she does this watercolor effect that looks like color's been dropped in the water. It's amazing.
Maybe we need to do the sickest paint jobs ever or something,
Yeah, maybe.
because there's some really cool ones out there. Yeah, let us know down there. Okay, before we dive into comments, I just want to give some props to some of the biggest commenters on our channel. Now, there's no actual way of finding out who's commented the most, but there's definitely a few of you that I see your names cropping up all the time. Now, everyone here is more than welcome, of course. I just want to say a little special thank you to the following names coming up on screen now. So, Rupert Wen, Penny Mooster, Tommy S, Johan Nilsson, and Bad Larry.
Bad Larry.
Did you name yourself Bad Larry, or did someone call you Bad Larry? Tell us what the story is down there. Ross Stewart and Mark Collingwood. But there are literally, well, there's 400,000 of you. So thank you to everyone out there, and please do get involved in the community. Love you being here.
Cool, and some other comments from last week's show. Basically, we were chatting about our gravel bikes, bad mountain bikes. And I was surprised to find that pretty much everyone who commented on this had a gravel bike and an XC bike. So yeah, they think it's very, very separate, and most of them didn't want to ride their XC bike on gravel stuff and didn't want to ride their gravel bike on mountain bike stuff. But
Good.
Here's a few of the comments. So I've got Christian Schneider. Now he's a regular.
Yeah,
he's a regular.
Every week
You're a
commented.
regular. I tried a gravel bike on holiday, and it makes total sense if you are riding a tour, which is 50-50 road and fire roads. You can do that on an XC bike, but it will be slow. That's the main point, isn't it, really? Because something I didn't mention before.
Could do it on a touring bike as well.
You could, but a gravel bike, like you can easily keep up like 25 kilometers an hour, like, you know, easy. If you were doing that over, you know, 50k on an XC bike, you should be racing elite, basically. But yeah, anyway, so Matt Kavanagh, I agree with Anna. Oh, thanks. Gravel is legit. I mean, we didn't say it wasn't, but different from MTB, and there can be overlap, of course. I have a Cannondale Slate with 30 mils of travel up front. It gives me range and variety of riding that I would not do on my XC mountain bike. Riding XC bikes on gravel is overkill. Long live underbiking.
Yeah. Underbiking.
Do you love a bit of underbiking?
I love a bit of underbiking. There's nothing like riding the wrong tool for the job. I'm not taking a piss, it's true, it's wicked fun.
Yeah, it is, for sure. So, Hoboken Arts, sorry, I'm probably pronounced that wrong. Simply put, a gravel bike is for traversing over terrain that a road bike would have difficulty in. It's purpose-driven, covering distance, getting from A to B, and getting there fast and efficient. What it's not for is taking to your local trails for fun.
Some people are always going to do that, though, aren't they?
Yeah, we just said underbiking is fun. It is fun. I mean, come on.
Life's full of contradictions. It's all good.
Justin Hayes says, I feel like if gravel bikes are refined and specific enough, I understand the genre. However, there are always going to be those bikes by manufacturers that blur the lines and attempt to sell more bikes.
Absolutely.
I mean, yeah, okay, it's a bit cynical, isn't it? It's not all about selling bikes. Some people do like to blur the lines. Another one from Heave and Horn, who said, everyone wants to categorise everything and get all huffy if it doesn't fit into their idea of these days, sadly. So yeah, I can kind of see what you're saying.
To be fair, bike's a bike.
Yeah.
I don't really care. They're all good fun, aren't they?
But yeah.
Except Martin's tandem, that's terrifying.
Should we leave it there?
Yeah, there's loads of comments, but keep them coming.
Thanks
we
very
love
much.
everything you say. It's all good.
Well, I guess that's quiz time, isn't it?
Oh,
I almost said
quiz time.
that's all we have time for.
Oh, no, we've got more to come. Go on, let's have it with a quiz then.
All right, quiz people, if you've been paying attention, you'll know the answer to this one. What bike company is Cy Turner founder and head designer for?
Oh, I know that one.
We said it. Also, POC was founded in skiing in 2005 and expanded to cycling in 2015. But what does POC mean?
What indeed?
Max Commensal started his own business named Commensal Bikes in 2000, but what was he doing before this? Before he started that, do you know that? You should know that.
I do.
Of course you do.
I know the denim company that sponsored the team as well.
Giveaway.
Okay, into top mods. Furiously type in there just to alter that one. And we've got some cool stuff coming up. So on screen, what have we got then first? So this one's from Joshua. If you don't have a chain whip, but you have an old chain and a wrench, you can make your own chain whip. Yes, of course you can.
The green one as well.
Yeah, I love the fact he's using a ring spanner on that as well. That's cool.
And
Just
he's
as
kind of threaded it back in, and yeah, no, that's genius.
Yeah,
that
is actually a great tool. Nice one, Joshua. Well done. That's genuinely useful.
Following on with the green theme here, we've got an old Ghost, which we've basically resprayed it at home.
I'm always in awe of someone that tackles on a paint job themselves. I would just royally balls it up, I reckon.
So Andreas said that his daughter's bike needed a bit of a refurb, so he's rebuilt it up with some better bits and basically stripped down the frame to bare aluminium, primed it, sprayed it, and then those aren't stickers. He's actually used a stencil and painted them on there. Nice one, Andreas.
I'll tell you what, the finish on that, you would not know that is a home paint job.
Wouldn't know at all.
No, that is really, really good.
That is a good one. And then
Whoa.
you've just seen the next one, another daughter project as well, and a respray at home. We have the Evil Donut.
Yes.
Does that not sound like a monster truck name to you or something,
doesn't
it? Yeah.
And if it doesn't exist, it should exist. Just a massive donut as the body. Oh.
So Michael has restored this B-Twin ST920 and his daughter named it the Evil Donut.
Amazing.
So he's painted it donut coloured pink with glitter in the... What are you saying?
Your daughter has got style. I absolutely love it. I think it's rad.
Look at the little donut.
The little fender on that and a sticker on the head tube.
Sticker. Nice.
Yeah, that's well good. Great graphic as well.
Yeah.
Evil Donut, that's well good.
I don't know where you'll have to let us know where you got the graphic
Oh, look,
from.
she's using a torque wrench. Oh, that's got me in the feels.
Good girl.
Love that. Oh, look at the glitter in it. That's really cool.
Also designed by Lucy. Hello, Lucy. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that. Love the bike. That is so sick. You're getting delirious because you know you're faster on a mullet than on a proper sized bike.
No! No! We'll
It's
get to
true.
this another time, people. But it's time for quiz answers at the moment. So, what bike company is Cy Turner founder and head designer for? It is, of course, Cotic Cycles, as in Cy Cotic.
Psychotic.
Psychotic.
See what you did there?
I see what you did there. Also, POC was founded in skiing and then moved to cycling in 2015. But what does POC mean? P-O-C?
Do you know what? When I found this out, I was almost disappointed because I thought it was going to be something like gnarly and extreme. It's
Yeah.
like piece of cake.
That's it. I don't think it's even a skiing term, is it?
No, it's not.
No, it's not. Max Commensal started his own business named Commensal Bikes, of course, in 2000. But what did he do before this? What was he doing? Washing cars?
Sun bicycles. Makers of the Sun Radical Plus, one of the coolest downhill bikes of all time ever. End of.
Yep.
So cool.
Famous for BMXs mainly, so he did BMX before that.
And
but we got many great racers from BMX, didn't we?
I was just about to say, incidentally, on the Sun thing, if you want to find out a bit more about Sun videos, Steve Jones, the old man from GMBN, he made an amazing video for us all about the history of downhill.
Yeah.
It's in a two-part and there's loads about Sun in there. And there's loads of cool images that he took over the years. So there'll be a link to that somewhere. And genuinely, really, really good video.
History of downhill. No, that's it. That's all I've got to say.
Oh,
really,
there we go.
that's probably a good place to leave it.
That is the
isn't
end
it?
of this week's
We'll
show then.
Leave you with Steve Jones. Sorry.
Dun, 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 dun. Let's get the heck out then, shall we?
Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks for
See you
watching.
later.
See you next week.